you have to share this information that's coming out. I know I've probably been out sharing this type of information for 4 or 5, maybe 6 years.
2017 is when we started releasing the photos of the triangles and rectangle craft that were flying over MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa.
Now people are starting to realize that what we have been saying is it's true, and this is a lot more things are gonna come out. Let me tell you something. A lot more things are gonna come out that are gonna be shocking. It's not gonna scare people, but it's gonna change the concept. A lot of people are gonna be not confused, but like, wait, I thought it was like this. Oh no, but it's like this. So
you're listening to Exopolitics Today with Dr. Michael Salla, your source for the uncensored truth regarding the human, extraterrestrial, global, and political agenda. Click the like button and subscribe to this channel. And now, here's Dr. Michael Salla.
Welcome back, JP, to Exopolitics Today.
I'm glad to be here, Doctor. Thank you for the opportunity you have given me to bring this information forward for the public and for the people to understand what's going on. It's really interesting.
Well, your reports are always fascinating. So why don't you tell us about this new mission?
Okay. I'll start by saying that there was a total of 5 of us, a mixture of military branches. It's quite interesting. We took a truck, and we were in uniform, but mixed in with different stuff that we wear. We went into this big field near a big base that we're stationed at, and we got there at 19:30. People that don't know military time, that's like what, 7:30, I think. Yeah. We got there at 7:30, 19:30, and we got dropped off there. So we stayed there at 19:30, and we started doing foxholes. If anybody is familiar with what is a foxhole is you dig up dirt and you just build your bed there and you can just sleep. If it rains, you just build a type of trench to the end of it, like for the rain to run out and all that. So they told us to build to build your foxholes. Oh, okay, all right, let's do it. All right, cool, we're here. So it was 19:30, 2000. It was already getting dark at night, and we all looked to the sky and we heard a humming sound, right? And it was a TR-3B. We call it IAV, Identified Aerial Vehicle, just to joke around. So we call it IAV because we know what it is,
Can you say when this happened? I mean, what day was this? Do you have a date?
I don't have a date. I can't give you the date now.
Okay.
Because a lot of stuff happened in between. Like, it happened a couple of days ago. So the TR-3B started hovering over us. It was the size of 3 school buses. If you put 3 school buses in a triangle formation, it was that size. So it was a good size. It was small, but good size. You can move in the inside of it, and all that. And it stationed over us like for 20 minutes. It was over us. So we were like, oh man, yep, that's why we're here. Okay, now we know why we're here. Okay, cool. All right, stay calm. We don't know who's coming out from there, what's gonna happen, or what we're gonna be doing. All right, so we just stood by. A couple two Black Hawks flew over while the 20 minutes it was hovering. So 2 Black Hawks were like checking the area, like going south to north, east to west, checking the area, making sure nobody is around. So they usually do that. They check the area before the TR-3B comes, and then they stay hovering around and making sure everything's good. And they keep us informed to see who's getting close, who's getting not close. So after 20 minutes, it was hovering. It was like around 1920. It was getting dark. It's metallic, black metallic in color. Beautiful ship. I know a lot of people are familiar. If you type in a TR3B on the internet, they could probably show you what kind of vehicle it is. Platform came down from it with a connection of a umbilical cord that connects to it, that stretches, and this platform it hovers, and it comes down, and you step on it, and you step a total of 3. I'm included into the 3 that we stepped on the platform, and 2 stayed behind. So it was a total of 5 people that was there. So 2 stayed behind to the location, and 3 went on the platform. I was included in those 3. We went on the platform, and the platform, the way it works, it is a type of magnetic vibration. So when it comes down, it's like a low tone, like it goes like a low tone. You get on it, and then when it connects back connection back to the ship, it does a high pitch tone, and it goes so high pitch that sometimes you cannot even hear it. But I know probably maybe that's the reason why animals, everything is quiet, everything is far away, starts running away, because the sound is probably irritated for certain kind of animals. So the reason for that, I'm giving a little bit more detail, just to understand how the ship picks up people, and you get on the ship, and the ship is still hovering.
Maybe just to give a clearer picture, I mean, are we talking about a platform appearing kind of like a door, like in a loft, like in an attic, where you pull down the trapdoor and it kind of comes down, just swings open, and there's a rope holding it at one end, and there's hinges holding it at the other? Is that what happened with this platform? Did it open that way? Are we talking about something else?
It is something else. It levitates, but it's still connected with an umbilical cord that connects to the ship. So I think that umbilical cord gives it the energy it needs, but it still levitates. It levitates out, and it levitates up. But when it levitates down, it gives a low tone frequency. So it's like a type of electrical magnetic type of technology. And when it goes back to connected to the ship, it is like a high pitch. It turns to a high pitch, so it connects back. So, but it is still connected to the ship.
So the umbilical cord is the only thing that connects it to the ship when it comes down.
That's the only thing that connects the platform, bring it down. It's still connected to the ship, but it's like a cable, but it's like it stretches back to its location, and it comes back out. When it's out, the platform is down, it stretches out from the platform, from TR3B, and then it connects back. I say TR3B just so people have an idea what type, ship. I'm sure it's a different type of TR3B. It's a different type. It's more modern. When it's a total of 2 floors. That's how big it is. So that's 6 feet by 6. That's 12 feet high. Similar to the height of a school bus. That's why I measured it to like the height of a school bus. Or think a school bus is what, 12, probably 15 feet high. But it's a total of 2 feet you can get out of that. So when you enter into the ship, you're in the first floor, and then there's like little ramps that goes up to the second floor. And you can go up to the second floor. So when we entered, the pilot said, "Oh, hey, we're gonna do a pickup." And we're like, "Okay, let's do a pickup." When they say pickup, we're gonna pick up another person and bring it to another location. So we're suited up, security, pushing security.
When you say you suited up, I mean you were in your uniforms to start with. So did you like put on a set of OCPs when you're up there?
They give us like a black overall that you put over your OCPs, but it's not a big deal. I guess the overalls you put it on over your OCPs. I don't know. I remember telling you that, but yeah.
Interesting. Okay. So OCP, occupational camouflage pattern, you
Well,
normally
it's like similar overalls. Well, probably mechanics wear or people wear. Pilots. You just wear the overalls over the OCPs. Is it bigger size overalls? I know that, and you just you follow everything the pilot tells you what to do, and you're there for his protection. So I guess they wanted us to do that. I guess that day you got different times that other people do it, and then I guess that was my day to do it. It was kind of cool. So the pilot he's in the middle of the craft on the type of gimbal type of seat that doesn't move. It stays stationary with the gravitational pull of the Earth. It stays so the ship can move either way. I remember drawing a I think I sent it to you. But that was a smaller ship. That smaller ship, you lay down on the gimbal type of stuff, and yeah. So you could probably put that picture up for them to see what I'm talking about. But this is a bigger ship. You got different sizes of and different shapes of ships that we have. It's quite cool, and I kind of understand certain people wanting to know more about what's happening and the information. But me personally, Doc, there's a lot of people that I think are probably not ready yet to take all this in because I know a lot of people want disclosure, but there's still a lot of people that are really terrible in the world, that if this technology does come out, it would change a lot of people's life, for the good and better. But if you use this type of technology the wrong way, it can destroy a lot of lives. So I understand the portion part of us keeping this safe. That's why I like maybe not talk about a lot about what's in the type of technology of how all these things work and all that. I'm sorry if I can't explain more, but I can explain my experience, and I got the green light to express and explain how everything happens. So the pilot sits in the middle on the gimbal like seat. The controls, he controls it with his hand. It has sensors. We have sensors on different part of the vehicle that can sense your hands. So with the movements of your hands, you can control the ship. It's quite cool. Where he sits, there's a lot of lighting. It's a lot of it's like a UV type of light, and then these cameras, these sensors, like laser pointed to his body, can sense where his hand is at. And similar to I think VR technology that is out there right now. I think you have tried it before, and it's really impressive. If people look into it, what is the MetaQuest Pro? If people buy that and see how that works, it's quite interesting. There's a lot of ships that use that type of technology, and this technology is already out there for the public, but this has been out longer than what is now the public is using. So it's more advanced.
So in order to see where the craft is heading, we're talking about some kind of display in front of the pilot, or is the pilot got goggles on or a helmet on where he sees where the ship is heading?
Yeah, it's like the helmet's connected to the ship. Comes out and you just hook it up. It's cool. These helmets are really expensive. What you have these jet pilots that each of those helmets are like probably like 80 between $80,000 or $40,000, or even more. With the technology that it has. Imagine these particular ships.
Okay. So when you're inside the craft, I mean, what you see are like three walls or three sloping walls. That's all you see. There's no windows or anything, are there?
Well, they do. You could see through them, but like if the pilot lets you see through them, like is a type of metal that can turn clear, but from the outside, from the inside out to see outside. The outside look at inside is always going to be solid.
Okay. And you guys are seated. What kind of seats do you have?
It was a seat that it was like connected to the ship. It hugs you when you sit on it. It has a mechanism that hugs you to the shape of your body, and it holds you by the waist, and it clicks, so you won't move as much. You don't feel the movement as much when the ship is moving. You don't feel gravity as much as when you feel it when you're outside from the ship. It's a different type of feeling. So you do feel lighter inside the ship. Like if you're in this type of ship when it's on, when it's hovering, or when it's in the air, you are lighter in the ship. Like if you can jump 1.5 feet, if you could jump in this ship and it's big enough, you could probably jump like 4 feet or 5 feet higher. So gravity is less inside the ship.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But when you sit in the seats and the pilot, I mean, do you have straps?
The seat hugs your waist and it clicks. When you sit down, the seat has like a mechanism that hugs your waist, so it holds you from your waist. So from here up, you can move, you can move around. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool.
Okay, so some kind it just connects around the waist area, just straps around, but the rest of your body, your legs, your arms, you can move around, and the seat can rotate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, that's not something we see in the public sphere yet.
No, it will be out soon. I think certain people are trying to build seats like that. So yeah, we took off. We sat down. The pilot said, "Oh, sit down. All right, we're heading to pick up somebody else." So we were just taking a person. We're gonna pick up a person from somewhere else, and then take them to another location. And this person was important. So we go. It took us 40 minutes to get to the location. So I imagine it's quite far.
Now, 40 minutes for one of those anti-gravity triangle craft. I mean, 40 minutes. I mean, that could be to the moon, right? So, are we talking about another country, other side of the planet, sort of thing?
I'm not sure where it was, but I know it was quite far. Somewhere in Asia, probably. So we stopped, and the pilot said, "Oh, I need two in the platform. One stays here with me." We're like, "Oh, okay, cool." Okay, so two, we get on the platform, we get off, the ship stops. It hovers for 10 minutes to the location where it is. So we get on the platform, and we go down the platform, and there's like six Marines and six other Air Force guys. They're like standing in formation. And we come down the platform, and some other dude comes out from the formation and says, "All right, wait 2 minutes." And then the pilot, he heard that, he was like, "F that, we're not waiting no 2 minutes. If he's not here in 1 minute, I'm getting the F out of here." So the the other guy heard that, He was like, okay, wait, tell the pilot to calm down. Okay, he'll come out in 1 minute. So the person that came out, he was in a white robe, right? He had long white hair. He looked like a Nordic. He had white type of boots with metallic going on the sides. And I'm like, holy shit, this is gonna be crazy. And I guess he does a gesture, like he does like this, a gesture like that to the person in charge, and the person in charge of the Marines and Air Force, he does the gesture as well. I don't know what that means, but he went like this and he went like that, and
Kind of almost like a karate move, right? Just, I mean, the gesture, like just so people can know, it's just like your right hand does, like a karate move, like sweeping, kind of like in a half circle.
you sweep to your elbow, and then you just go up like that.
Right. So your forearm is perpendicular to the ground, your palms facing forward, and you just sweep it up. So your forearm is now. Oh, sorry. You begin with the forearm being parallel to the ground,
Yeah.
palm pointing out, and then you swing it up, and the forearm is now perpendicular with your palm facing forward.
Yeah, this guy's he's wearing like a white robe, so the way he did it looked kind of cool. It looked like a karate move. Yeah, I guess it's saying like goodbye, thank you for what you did. You know, I guess they did a mission there for him. I guess, and I didn't know the exact location where we were at.
What did it look like? A jungle where you picked him up? Was it?
It looked like it looked like a type of jungle. Yeah, more like like a forest place. I smelled a type of fruit. I don't know if you're familiar, tamarind. So I smelled that. I guess the guys there were eating that. I guess a tamarind, and it was tropical, really tropical. You can hear the frogs. You can hear the birds. It was really tropical. And the guy went like this, and then he went on top of the platform, like he knew like what to do. He went to the platform, and he looked at us, and he just smiled, like he smiled at us, and we smiled back. He was like, "Okay." And then the other guy in charge of the Marines and Air Force, he says, "Okay, oh, now you can tell you effing pilot that he's on, that he can go." So I don't know if they got beef or they met each other before, but I guess they were like back talking to each other. Bad. Like the pilot was like, "I don't got time for this shit. Like you guys hurry up. Every time I get here, you guys take like more time and I can't be here as long as I can. You know, it's too risky." So the pilot, I guess, was scared to be sighted from somebody else.
So these Marines and these Air Force soldiers, did they look like kind of special operators?
No, they had the regular uniform. It looks. I know the Marine uniform is different, so I knew that was a Marines. So, but yeah, I saw Air Force uniform. They did an about phase, and then once the guy got on the platform with us, they left. Nobody approached the flying vehicle. I guess it was a privilege for them to see the flying vehicle because you can see the faces of everybody that was information. They were amazed of what they were seeing. So I guess it was a privilege for them to see what they saw.
So again, that kind of flying triangle craft, it was hovering above the ground and the platform lowered down. So how far above the ground was it hovering, and how far down did the platform lower to pick up this Nordic or this white or blonde-haired guy?
He was 10 feet. We were levitating 10 feet from the ground, and the platform came down 10 feet.
Okay.
So it wasn't that high. I think the umbilical cord can stretch out to 30, probably 30 to 40 feet. The platform can extend that long. If there's an instance that the umbilical cord is broken, is like a drone. It comes back and connects back to each other, but then you can't. It doesn't come back out if the umbilical cord is quite broken. But it does, like, if it breaks off, it goes and connects back to the ship, but and then you can't. Nobody can get in, or nobody can get out. You know, it's that type of shit. So yeah.
How big is the platform again? Just describe how big the platform is and how big is the opening in the craft that the platform covers.
12 feet by 12 feet.
And
So
the
it's
opening is the same. The platform the platform is 12 feet by 12 feet, and it goes up and it kind of seals the craft. But
Yeah.
how big is the gap in the craft? Is it?
It seals it like you don't see, like, when it comes back when it connects back, it like blends back to the it has like a micro technology that it blends back to the ship. I guess because of the speed this vehicle goes, it has to seal that way. There's like a forest field, right? That surrounds the whole craft, that you can see it, right? So when you're coming down from with the platform, you feel like it's like like you're getting out from that forest fields from the flying vehicle, from the TR3B. You feel that, like, when you're coming down, you can feel like coming out of it, and then when you connect back to it, you feel it again, like it connects. So there's like a type of force field that surrounds a ship that you feel it if you separate from it. So when the platform separates from it, you kind of feel that energy. It's like a vibration. You can feel it into your bones. Like for me, it's similar to when I felt that craft over there in Brazil. When you feel it, you get that copper sensation in your mouth, and it feels like you have a lot of pennies in your mouth. So when you get out from this type of force field that's connected to the ship, and the platform separates from it, you get that sensation. You get that vibration, and like you hear it. You hear it from your ear. You feel it, like your eye socket moves a little bit, like when you sneeze. You get that sneezing sensation as well. Like, it's that vibration. It's like, really, you can feel the vibration when you go back and forth. If you look at your hands, you see your hands like you see like triple of your hands when you're coming out from the force field and you're connecting back. Like, if you look at your hands, you see like three, like your hands look like that, like, but it's like for a slight moment. Or if you look at your arm,
5 fingers on one hand, you look at it and you're like, you got 15 fingers.
yeah, it's like vibrating. Like, and then even if you look at your arm or whatever you're holding, uh, everything it feels. I think it's something to do with the liquid of your eye cornea vibrating as well. That makes you see everything that way, because your whole body goes through that. And I know it can probably be harmful if you go through that like so many times. It can affect your brain, it can affect certain part of your body. So yeah, I guess they don't like a lot of people going through that a lot, So it's a type of energy that you go through. So he smiles at us, right? This guy, he has beautiful teeth. You can see his teeth, white teeth, and he has like a bluish yellow eyes, and he just smiles. And the Marines and Air Force guys, they do an about face, and you can see their faces in amazement of looking at the craft. And we get up. So the guy, the Nordic looking dude, he sits in his chair, and the chair hugs him. He's like looking at us like happy. And the pilot looks like pissed off that he's picking up this guy. And I'm like, man, I wonder why he's pissed off. He's picking up this guy. Who is this guy? So we were like, I was talking to like by myself, like, man, who's this guy? And why is he smiling? Like, why is he smiling? So like when you look at him and he smiles at you, you feel like smiling too. You're like, yeah, it's awkward. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Hey. I said, hey, what's up? How you doing? And the pilot was like, shut the F up. Don't talk to him. I was like, all right, my bad. You know, we can't talk to anybody that we pick up. But
I mean, can you say more about what he looked like? You know, was he clearly a Nordic, an off-worlder, inner Earth, or something?
I'm not sure. I know he looked Nordic. He looked Nordic. He had a type of Nordic clothes. So I'm sure probably inner Earth part type. I'm not sure. I know he came out where those guys were at. So that was kind of interesting. But I personally don't know where exactly he's from. But he really looked Nordic. He's like really pale looking. His eyes were like bluish yellow. Long white silky hair, but it's not that regular white hair. It's like a shiny type of white hair that you can look at it in different ways. It was kind of like silverish, you know. I guess it's the type of food they eat that makes it like that.
Was it long? Was he tall? Was he robust?
Yeah, he was quite well. He had the robe on, so I didn't see his body structure, but he was tall. He was 6'5", around there. He was putting his head down when he was getting to the ship. So that's how I know. I think the ship is like what? Like each floor is like 6'3" length of height. So he was his head, like if he stood straight, his head would touch the top part of the ship. His boots were white and it had like a silver lining in it, like a silver metal that connected to the ship. So when he got and he sat down and he started smiling to us, he just started looking at up the ship. He was looking around, looking at the ship, and then he went like this. He went like this to his ear, and then he started talking a different language. So I'm sure he was communicating with somebody else. And it was a type of technology, I guess, that's connected to their ear. And he was just speaking out and doing hand gestures and talking to somebody else while we were in the ship with him. So I felt like it was a freaking taxi cab. Like, that's how I felt. We were taking him to one place or another. So when we got to the location, we went back to our location. We brought him back to our location. So the two other guys that stayed behind were not there. There was two other people that replaced them. So when we got there, we got on the platform again. Boom, boom. And we brought him down. He was happy to be there. So a white van came up. The two people that were there, they got into the van, and then he got off the platform and he got in the van with them. And then they left. And then the two Black Hawk helicopters followed the van away with that guy. Just happened at that base where you went. If you're familiar with what I'm talking about.
Okay. So this all happened at that base that you gave me a tour and my wife a tour.
Yeah. So we went back into the ship. We went back up, and then he took us out. 10 minutes. We took off the uniform, and he left us. He's like the pilot was like, "All right, get the F out. Thank you. Get the F out. Hurry up. I need to go." I'm like, man, this guy's He hates his freaking job. I'm like, all right, hey, come down. All right, we're getting out. Hurry up. I need to get out. In and out. Come on. All right. So we got out and we actually stood in that location one day. Well, no, not one day. We stayed there like for 6 hours waiting for somebody to pick us up.
So that's just the three of you, the three that went on that triangle craft. You just wait for 5 hours or so for someone to pick you up. I see.
Yeah. So we're like, oh, nice. We were just in that location, and he drops us off somewhere else. But I guess that's how it is, you know. Yeah, kind of makes sense, you know, just to be in a safe. I guess for the pilots being safe right away to go, you know. So these pilots, they really don't like staying in one location. I guess they're trained to stay there like for a little bit, and then when time to go, it's time to go. It's not staying in a location for a long time. They're in and out fast. They come in, pick up, drop off, go. They don't like to stay in the same location. And they really I don't know if I tell you this, but they prefer to fly in pairs of the same vehicle. So they like to fly in pairs. So when one is dropping off another one, there's always another TR3B nearby. And I guess they feed off how it works. I guess they feed off of their energy. So they feed each other energy, and they have like a figure eight type of energy sharing that doesn't end when they go in pairs. So I guess I don't know. I don't know the science into it, but when they're in pairs, it's better. Their energy is better. And storms as well. They like to go into storms. I don't know why. Other planes, regular planes, I know they don't like storms, a lot of turbulence. There's no turbulence when you go into storms with these vehicles. These TR3Bs. They actually feed from the storms.
Mm-hmm.
From certain type of storms. Depending the different altitude. I guess there's certain energy that is distributed on certain clouds with I don't know science, but yeah.
Okay, so that mission was pretty much, as you said, like you're providing a taxi service for a VIP that was probably a Nordic-looking inner Earth being, being transported from somewhere on the other side of the planet, Asia maybe, to this military base in the southern US, let's just say. And
but I noticed the Nordic looking at me a lot, like if he knew who I was, he was smiling at me a lot, like he knew me. Yeah. I guess my face is getting really familiar to a lot of these people.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but the pilot didn't allow you to talk to him, and when he did talk, it was some strange language that you didn't recognize.
Yeah, well, it was a strange language that I did not recognize. So that was quite interesting. So we stayed, we got dropped off, and then the van picked us up, and it took us to another building into the base, and they debriefed us. Okay, oh, you know what you did? Okay, boom. I guess they know they knew I was going to talk about it, I guess, by the way they were talking to me. I guess the person that's giving me the green light, he has a lot of pull in the location where I'm at. So I won't talk about anything, not unless I get green lighted by this particular person. That is I think he's pushing for me to do these missions.
Right, he's giving you kind of a lot of missions to do, giving you exposure, knowing that it's going to be revealed, and that way the public gets to know about, gets a glimpse of this kind of hidden covert world in terms of the kind of things that are happening.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited for this week. I know you are too, to see what comes out from this hearing that's gonna happen.
Right. These whistleblowers, yes, I guess they're being green lighted to come out as well in a way. Do you think? Well, I guess I'm sure people will be very interested to know. Do you think? One.
Hopefully, it's not me, huh?
Well, that's the thing. Do you think? Could you? I mean, this your. I mean, your contact within the military that's giving you the green light. Could you envisage him one day saying, "Yeah, yeah, become a whistleblower like the other guys," or just...
He talked about it a couple times with me. Me personally, I feel like I'm not ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I still feel fear for my life, but I really want it to be like legit, for all this. Let me see how these other guys go through what they go through, before I do.
Yeah. And well, I mean, with your guy that's green lighting you, do you think he'll ever allow you to take photos or videos?
I don't think so, because I think that's something that they're gonna do in the future. They have all that already. They have more than that. They have the ships, yeah, when it comes out, Doc. A lot of people are sharing their experiences already. A lot more people, and we've been talking about this. We've been saying, hey, there's going to be a lot of whistleblowers coming out, and I can't wait. And we were encouraging everybody. I don't know if you remember that. We were encouraging people to come out and not to be scared to come out. I know a lot of people want me to come out, but I have other things I have to take care of before I do that. And not too long ago, I figured out that one of my family members are involved as well. So I'm telling you about that. And I don't know who else is involved. It's gonna be fun seeing all this happening. I'm excited. If I do get the green light to come out, I'll come out in a heartbeat. I won't have a problem coming out. If he says, hey, show your face, come out, and we got your back. Because if I come out, he has to come out. That's the thing. And he knows you. He knows you. And he reads everything you put out. And he knows other hired people as well. That he knows that probably are not ready to have this information out. So it's him that doesn't want this information, a lot of this information to come out yet.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what's happening, man. It's just it's whole politics kind of thing.
Well, I'm very glad that they're allowing you to come forward and just share the details of these different missions and the different technologies involved, the different beings that are involved. And so grateful for that. People always want more, and it's always kind of worth asking, but we're also happy for what you are giving. So JP, again, I want to thank you for coming forward and revealing details of this mission. Any final words for the audience?
Let's be ready. We all have to have the same state of mind of positivity and love energy. Because when people know what's happening and they see, or when their own eyes, a lot of things are going to change, and people just have to think positive and share that positive energy with each other and help those that don't understand what's happening by sharing this information that we're putting out. Share. You have to share this information that's coming out. I know I've probably been out sharing this type of information for 4 or 5, maybe 6 years, or even more with you more, but like publicly like this, I think it was like what, 5 years, 6 years.
2017 is when we started releasing the photos of the triangles and rectangle craft that were flying over MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa.
Okay, yeah. So it's been a while. We've been out for a long time, and now people are starting to realize that what we have been saying is it's true, and this is gonna, a lot more things are gonna come out. That's, let me tell you something. A lot more things are gonna come out that are gonna be shocking for people to. It's not gonna scare people, but it's gonna change the concept of religion. So a lot of people are gonna be not confused, but like, wait, I thought it was like this. Oh no, but it's like this. So there's gonna be a lot of confusion in that portion. But that's what it is. You know, it's a type of control system that the Earth is on, and that all that is gonna change. It's gonna go. But that's what's gonna be good with people. You know, people are gonna understand the truth of where the origins of where we come from. That's what's really gonna come out with all this investigation. Like it's happening. And I'm really happy, and it's gonna get to a point that people are gonna say, "Hey, we came from this, boom, and these are the people in charge, and this is how it happened, and we got proof how this happened. Here are the arcs. Here are all the vehicles we have. Here are the different ET races. Here are the ET races we gotta be aware of, and these are the ET races we can share information with and be with. These are the bad people. These are the good people." So that's I guess the way they want to bring all this out. You know, so we just have to be ready, be in a positive vibration, and share love and treat each other with kindness, and we'll be okay. That's what I want to share with the public.
Well, as always, wise words, and incredible things are coming. So thank you for giving us a taste of what is coming. So thank you, JP, for your service to your country and for service to humanity by revealing all of this information.
Yes, sir. Stay blessed. Thank you, Doc.
You have been listening to Exopolitics Today with Dr. Michael Salla. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Join or start a conversation in the comments. Take the time to explore the vast library of best-selling books, webinars, and podcasts by Dr. Salla. Visit exopoliticstoday.com.